Recorded Books and RB Digital present Anya and the Dragon by Sofiya Pasternack. Narrated by Laura Knight Keating. Chapter 1. Anya was not a good goatherd. The sun had barely broken over the trees as she pulled Zvezda back to the barn by his horns for the third time. The stupid goat had broken his leg 2 weeks earlier, and Anya's grandfather wanted him to stay in the barn and rest for at least a month. But the goat had chewed off his splint and, apparently bored with the comfort of the barn, pushed through the doors and followed Anya out to the onion fields. Her grandfather, Diedka, sat in the barn on a stool and milked a goat. When Anya pulled the door open, all the goats swiveled their heads toward her, and Diedka said, "Back already?" She shoved Zvezda inside. "Can you make him stay?" Diedka shrugged. "He's not my goat." "They're all your goats," Anya said. He shook his head. "That one's yours. He doesn't listen to me either." "But you have animal magic, Diedka." Zvezda nibbled on her dress, and she pushed him away. "You're a bad goat." Diedka patted the goat he was done milking on her rump, and she walked away. He turned his head to Anya so he could study her with his good eye. He had lost his other eye, plus both of his legs at the knee, in a past war against the tree people, who Anya was disappointed to find out weren't actually people made of trees, but just people who lived in the forest, before she had been born. He had wooden legs that he got around on with the help of his walking stick, which leaned against the wall nearby. Another goat stepped in front of him and bleated, ready to be milked. Diedka scratched the top of her head and said to Anya, "You know no one is allowed to use magic, Anushka." She snorted and watched the line of goats waiting patiently to be milked. "You're using magic," she said. The goats didn't behave this well for anyone but Diedka and Papa, because both of them used animal magic. Diedka nodded. "Because I am old and missing too many things? The Tsar makes his laws in Kiev, but they don't always apply to us out here away from the cities." Anya quoted a sentiment she'd heard a lot in the village when people decided to break the law. "God is far up high and the Tsar is far away." "Exactly." Diedka milked the goat. "Besides, magic won't solve all your problems." She wouldn't know. Anya still didn't have the ability to see the threads that were the key to performing magic. She was hoping that ability would make its appearance in a month, when she became a bat mitzvah. If she was old enough to be responsible for all her own actions, she was for sure old enough to use magic, right? Zvezda nibbled on her dress again, and she pushed his head away. This time he didn't let go as easily, and she groaned at the sharp rip of her dress tearing. "Zvezda!" She grabbed at the torn fabric. "Now I have to harvest the onions and bake challah and mend this before sundown." "Just mend it tonight," Diedka said. "It's Shabbat, Diedka." He shrugged as he milked the goat. "I don't remember all your rules." She pushed Zvezda at the milling herd in the barn. Talking about Shabbat rekindled her urgency to get the onions brought in from the field, so Mama could take them to the Friday market. If she didn't sell enough onions, they wouldn't be able to get the fish they needed.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.